The last time we were in Blue Ridge, we stopped into Grace Prime Steakhouse. They were just opening. We had to come back again today and check in with Brandon Lofton, who is here this morning with his good friend and business partner, Sean Elbers. Good to see you both.
Good morning.
Hey, how are you?
It's going well.
Yeah.
It's going well.
It's going very well.
You know, I think it's so fun. You were so excited, and rightly so, when we talked last time about Grace opening. It had been kind of a dream of yours for a while. We're back here today to bring this level of a restaurant to Blue Ridge, world class, truly. But you're a proud papa, if you will, of other restaurants in town too, so you are providing something for everybody, the two of you are.
We really are. So obviously we've spoken before. We own the very famous Black Sheep restaurant. I don't think you could say Black Sheep without saying Blue Ridge. I don't think you could say Blue Ridge without saying Black Sheep.
Yeah.
Very proud to own that restaurant. It's been in business for 10 years. And we also have the Dogwood, which we have enjoyed together. Mm-hmm. And then most recently, we've opened a concept called Bigfoot Biscuit. And we were very proud. It was certainly not something that we probably should have done, but we did.
Did you bite off more than you could chew?
Oh yeah, well,
we put it together in a matter of a week.
yeah.
Menu, the whole deal, and it was exciting.
It's a fun story, yeah. As we were approaching opening Grace, there was some opportunities that presented themselves really out of, they say the greatest inventions come from necessity, and there are no amazing breakfast places out here, and we're the only breakfast place that serves alcohol. So you can have a mimosa, a Bloody Mary, and the biggest, most delicious biscuit you've ever had. So we're from biscuits to prime steaks now.
Yes, we cater to the masses.
When your stomach growls, just come their way. That's pretty much how it works. So the two of you have been friends for a long time, which I think is a great testament, I guess, to both of you, because from what I know of the restaurant business, it can be pretty intense. So to hold on to your friendship speaks volumes.
We met serendipitously 15 years ago professionally. We had the opportunity to run one of the most iconic properties in South Florida together. We've been on the front page of the Miami Herald, and Sean is a chef by trade, and we grew through the ranks together of one of the largest privately held restaurant companies. And about a year and a half ago, I just reached out to Sean and said, listen, I'm growing this little company, and I need a capo. I need a right-hand man to come and run the day-to-day operations. And him and his beautiful wife came and explored Blue Ridge, and they fell in love with it, and here he is.
It was your first time to come up?
It was.
Blue Ridge?
I thought it was a region, not necessarily a town.
Yeah.
But we just moved, we just lived in D.C. We were in D.C. for about 5 years. And, like Brandon said, he called me, and my wife had been in her position for 20 years. I had been in my position for close to 20 years. And both big companies, and we're like, you know what, this whole conference call thing, this day-to-day racket, let's go work for Brandon and partner up and make this special, make this the last move we make.
Something that we hear a lot as we're here in Blue Ridge every time we come is that there is this seesaw that kind of is finding its balance between those who are kind of born and raised here, the locals, if you will, and the new people coming in who are discovering the charm of it. But there are a lot of people with very impressive resumes, from residents to business owners, who are choosing to come here. So when you come to visit, you're getting all that quality.
Yeah, we used the word nostalgia in a previous conversation. There's a nostalgia to an old town like this, and there's a charm to it that draws people to it, and the balancing act is preserving the integrity of the charm and not letting it get too big, and then compromising that, therefore not making it as appealing as it once was. Right. But as more people move here, more sophisticated people move here, there's a greater need for amenities, great restaurants, spas, world-class golf courses, wineries, and that was really one of the biggest motivations behind wanting to open a Prime Steakhouse. Was we felt that there was an appetite for it, if you will, financial appetite and a real appetite. No one had done this before, and we believe that there's a guest here and there's a person in Blue Ridge that will really appreciate what we've done.
I want to talk a little bit, if I have time, about the biscuits. Bigfoot biscuits and what makes it so special. But since we are talking about Grace and the beautiful restaurant we're in today, I mean, this really is the kind of thing where if you want to treat yourself to a special anniversary meal,
Absolutely.
you have family coming in from out of town, and you want to really give them something that they'll always remember, this is the place.
Yeah, what's special about Grace and what we did, and all of our guests will know what we did, when you eat at a steakhouse, 9 times out of 10 you share. You share steaks. It's a very shareable family style experience. You can come here and order an 18-ounce boned-in strip steak if you'd like, and although it's $65, let's say on the menu, you split that with your wife or your spouse or your significant other. You have a couple salads. You maybe have a bottle of wine. So it's actually an experience for everyone.
Right.
You can a place like this, you can have whatever experience you would like. You can spend as much money as you'd like, or you can kind of temper that however you want to
Right.
do. But we actually promote and we encourage people to share. We actually will slice your steak for you in the back. That way you can share with the rest of your guests, and y'all can all try something. So we were very methodical about that.
And when I made the comment about the experience of it, it truly is. We were in New York at Christmas time. We went to this little Italian place, and we were so crowded. It was totally New York, you know, where you barely
Sure.
had elbow room. But you will always remember the fun of that because it was authentically that part of the city. When you come here, and to all of your restaurants, I've been to the others as well, you really feel like you're in someone's home in a way. I
Yeah.
think it's very special.
Well, listen, when we set out on this voyage, it was important for us to cross every T and dot every I. We hired a world-class designer out of Atlanta. I wanted this to feel industrial. I wanted it to feel modern, but I wanted it to feel rustic, hence the taxidermy and some of the rustic aspects of the building when you walk in, because we are in the Chattahoochee National Forest and
Sure.
we are in the wilderness. So I wanted to feel very comfortable. You walk into the bar, there's the fireplace, the wine display,
Yeah.
the communal bar, which was very, very important to me. You're overlooking downtown. So there is a very comfortable aspect to this restaurant. And I wanted it to feel very sophisticated, but not pretentious
It's very
and not
welcoming.
intimidating.
And it's a man's restaurant. And I say that with a smile on my face,
Yeah.
really. It's a
Well,
masculine.
steakhouses are masculine.
They are. They're
are-
darker.
Yeah.
It's a masculine place, and yet you've got the velvet drapes. You walk in the bar, there's a lovely kind of salmon colored velvet settee and pillows. It's beautiful.
Thank
It's
you.
absolutely
We're
beautiful.
very, very proud of it.
So to come here to Grace, make reservations online.
Correct.
If you're hungry and you want good breakfast with a mimosa at the Biscuits, you just can show up, or do
We're
you make
open
reservations?
7 days a week there. You just show up 7 days a week, 7 to noon.
Okay.
It's at the Dogwood, our beer restaurant, our gastropub that we own right next to the Black Sheep. We were very methodical about opening it 7 days a week from 7 to noon. It'll never change, and you could go in there and get the biggest, most delicious biscuit you've ever had, a Bloody Mary, and relax on our porch under the 100-year-old elm tree out there.
And if you want to make a weekend of it, we'll just give you every meal, because you do want to make sure you go to the Black Sheep. Talk about nostalgia. Did you fall in love with that when you saw it for the first time?
Absolutely. I mean, now when I drive by at night, granted, we put a lot of sweat and tears into it, but it's as beautiful as it was then. And, you know, we have a lot of parties that come in, and, you know, we'll talk to the guests, and they've been to all two, you know, or all three concepts in the matter of 2 days. It's
Yeah.
almost like we're the only two restaurants, now going to be the three restaurants
Yeah.
in Blue Ridge, and it makes you feel warm and fuzzy.
Sure. I told Brandon before, my best friend got engaged at the Black Sheep, so I love that one too.
Oh, great.
So thank you so much for welcoming us in.
Thank you.
And
We really appreciate
when
it.
you visit Blue Ridge, just make sure you make your reservations ahead of time, because they're becoming increasingly sought after here now that the word is out about Grace. Go to resi.com, right?
At Resi.com, you can go to our website at graceprime.com. Any of our, blacksheepblueridge.com, you'll be able to find us, and you can certainly call any of the restaurants as well, and we'll get your reservation.
And come be part of the family. Our tour of Blue Ridge continues in a minute.
Thank you.
Shit.